When I first heard about the Truehope vitamin, I was definitely skeptical, just because there are so many out there, and so many people that say that this will help or this will help, and at the point I was at, I figured I tried everything. I mean, I had a shoebox attesting to everything I had tried. So I was a little skeptical at first, but it came very heavily recommended, so I tried it, and I'm sure glad I did. I started noticing the headaches come on the summer before my 9th grade year, which was around about 10 years ago. When I first noticed my headaches, I noticed all my friends would go out and start doing things, and all of a sudden I felt like I couldn't do anything. I had a really bad headache, and so I started just keeping myself out of all the activities that everybody was doing, and I found myself sleeping on the weekend nights just because my head hurt so bad I couldn't go out and do anything. The doctors diagnosed it as chronic headaches, so I'd go to bed with it, I'd wake up with it, and pretty much it never eased up. I'd wake up sometimes in the middle of the night because they were so bad. Once every other week to a couple times a month, I would have more a severe headache to migraine where I just couldn't do anything. It would get behind my eyes. Sometimes it would cause me to vomit, other times I couldn't see. I definitely couldn't be driving or do anything like that. I'd have to just kind of settle down. At first, in order to address my headaches, I went to several different doctors. We started with just our primary care physician, and then he sent us to some specialists. I ended up getting an MRI done. They couldn't find anything in the MRI, so then they sent us to the dentist to see if I was grinding my teeth. They tried giving me earplugs to see if it was something that was going on in the middle of the night that was happening. I've been to a chiropractor. They thought he did a little laser in my head and thought that that would help, just the infrared light. There was never any relief going through all those. I've been on several different medications, lots of different painkillers. I'd take it for about a week and a half to 2 weeks, and I didn't even notice any kind of difference, so I just stopped. I had a shoebox full of medication that just went under my bed, and I kept adding to it every time. If it wasn't worth taking, I wasn't going to take it. After I started taking the Truehope on a regular basis, I saw a response probably with my migraines. I don't remember from the time I started taking it, I don't remember getting maybe 1 or 2 severe migraines, which weren't very severe, within a month of taking it. So I'd say at least after a month I no longer had any migraines. I still had my day-to-day headaches that continued probably for the next about 3 months is all. And then it wasn't even something I noticed that was gone. It was just one day all of a sudden I looked at my husband and I was like, you know what, I haven't had a headache for a while. They're gone. So it was something that gradually went away, but until I woke up one day and realized that I hadn't had any for I don't know how long. Whenever I see anyone else now that has severe headaches, I can always sympathize with them because I know I can remember the pain that it's like to have one of those. But I'll always kind of tell them about the vitamins, and everyone's kind of like iffy at first just because there's so many vitamins people say you can take out there that really do work. But I definitely know that this one helped me after all that I've tried. Truehope's the only thing that has helped.